Welcome back to another episode on the Ironman profile. Today we get into building our mega farm, and I'm going to do like a step-by-step thing and just show you how I build the one that I like to build. I know there's a bunch of other farms out there, but personally I like the one that I've been using since Garden came out. So yeah, if you're new here, then subscribe, leave us a like, and join my Discord link in the description. Also, if you buy anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code CCHLOE. Thank you, enjoy the video, and let's get building a farm. Before I actually start this video, I don't know who the designer of this farm is, so let me know if you know, by the way. I've been using this one for like ages now, so I actually don't know who the original creator was. So if you know, let me know, and I'll be sure to pin the comment. Today on my Ironman, I'm going to be building some mega farms. I'm going to be going off the same farms in my other profile. My farm into Hyperion and just my main No Contraband series. These are going to be the farms. We've got the cactus, cocoa bean, sugarcane, and then over here I've got the pumpkin, the melon, and the mushrooms. So I'm going to be building this on my Ironman. Let's get to it. Now the tools that I'm going to need for this farm is the builder's ruler, basket of seeds, netherwort pouch, charisma pump, and the hoe of greatest tilling. But I need to do one thing really quick. That is some nice destruction. Oh my god! That was a jump scare. Now I just need to get rid of all like these little bits and turn all of the blocks that I've got just into bedrock. There we go. It's all done. Left click to modify, save preset, bedrock. There we go. And now to paste that whole thing on all of these plots. And watch them all turn into bedrock with a little bit of water. What's going on there? Alright, now that all 5 rows are bedrock, I'm going to get started on like the crops that are on this side. On the other side is going to be pumpkin, melon, mushroom. But right now I've only got 3 plots spare on that row. I've got enough compost for one more. I'll have to wait for the rest because obviously I'm Ironman. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a space here on this one for the water. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one here is going to be soul sand for netherwort. So let me just go get some of that really quick. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is going to be stuff like carrots, wheat, potato, then netherwort. So now what I'm going to do is get my infinite dirt ones, put a block there, and then just go like that. So there's just a block right the way across, and then go ahead and do this. Take out the dirt ones, and then do another layer like that. I can go ahead and come to here and just remove it. So I'm going to do that for 5 up on each one. After that's done, I'm going to do the cactus because it goes at the bottom. So I'm going to leave a block and do 22 rows of 2. You can use any block to fill this in, but I like to use a light source block because I like shaders. So just going to put all these lanterns just like that. Now for the sugarcane and cocoa bean, I'm going to come up 2 blocks and then do a full row across like that. There we go. And now I'm just gonna go along like this. For the sugarcane it's 29 and then an extra 25 for the cocoa bean. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these and that full block there because we won't need that anymore. I'm gonna put a row here and then a row of 2 9 times. Just like that. I'm going to miss another block and go up 2. Miss 2. Go up 2. And do that all the way to the end. And then it should look like this. On top of these 2 high ones, you're going to put 3 high jungle wood. Just like that, and that's your cocoa beans. So these are kind of all the base blocks done. Now it's time to just like place all the crops and do all the like the little fiddly bits at the end. Next, you're going to place the water. Put a block there. Place a row of blocks like that. Prisma pump. Remove this block. And when that gets to the end, you can remove that row. So it'll all flow down. It will disable temporarily, but once you go to the hub, wait a little while. And once you return, it should be, well, it shouldn't be like that, but it should fix over time. Water's just very strange on this. I'm going to do the same in the middle here, so do that. Then that. And the same. Remove that block, and then when it gets to the end, remove these ones too. It's going to disable again. The water will eventually fix itself, but I've just blocked it off for now to stop like the flow going into other plots. And when I paste these plots onto this one, it should be fine. Now I need to place water in all of these. I wouldn't do it too fast or it'll just disable again. See, just like this one, I've done it too fast and it stopped. And once again, I've just stopped the water flow at the end. That should be all the water you need for this farm. I've placed dirt blocks up like this, as you can see, and I'm going to do it right here. Because we need to place trapdoors, and I need to place a trapdoor under every, like, row. So, this row, I'll place one there. For this row, I'll place it under it. Again. Just like that. You don't need one on the bottom row. And then same on this side. Under the row of props. Like that. Starting from the bottom one, you're just going to go all the way to the end on all 8 of these rows. Just till you get to here. And then if you don't want to run all the way back. Just like that. Once done with all the trapdoor rows, I'm going to go ahead and remove these dirt blocks now. I'm going to place temporary blocks on this side of the farm because we're going to place water on all of these trapdoors. Remember, these blocks are in the next plot. So this is plot 19 right here, and this is 7. So these blocks won't affect this farm. They'll just get removed when we paste this onto the next ones. I'm going to go ahead and place water along all of these. Again, I'm just going to take my time placing this water because I don't want it to break. Now what we're going to start doing is placing the crops. So I'm going to place the cactus like this all the way to the very end. Once that is all done, I'm going to go ahead and place the sugarcane here. Just like that. Once that's done, now time for the cocoa beans. Just like this on every single row. Next, I like to do carrots on these ones. And then potato on this one. And by the looks of things, we are done. Just gotta save this preset now. Mine's on plot 19. Left click to modify, save preset. Farms 1. And I'm gonna do mine as wheat. So now we can go over here to this plot. And I'm gonna paste that on there. So we'll get rid of them blocks there. Once the plots have done pasting, I would go ahead and check if there's anything up with your farms, like if there's any dirt not tilled or anything, because it really can mess it up when pasting these farms. So I've gone ahead and blocked off this water again. Everything seems to be fine from that now. So I'm going to go ahead and paste it on all 3 more of these plots in this row. And now that this is done, all of it pasted, I'm going to go ahead and do like the ends of the farm. So I'm going to place a block. I'm using sea lanterns just for that extra little bit of light on the ends here, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the farms. But next what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this end of the farms because this is where I'll be starting. I'm just going to place a sign there, just a little reminder to /set home before I do start, and one there as well. Now I'm going to come to the very end of these farms. I'm just going to do this middle bit here, and then we'll just copy it on this side. So I'm going to go to this block here, break it, and place a sign. That way when you get to here, you'll drop down. I'm going to go all the way to this end and do the same here, break the block, sign, and then drop down. And then go to the end again and do it again. There we go. Drop down. And then one more down here. Break it, sign, drop down. And that is the last layer, so we won't have to place a sign at the other end. And then obviously slash warp garden and it'll take you back to the top. Now we've just got to repeat the same thing that I've done here on this row here. Now we're going to do the sugarcane rows. So I'm going to go ahead and place a block on the ends here. I'm going to get rid of 2 rows of sugarcane like that. Now I'm going to place dirt above the water and come along here and just place barriers like this. I'm doing dirt just so it all looks the same, looks nice. So here is going to be the starting point. So I'm going to put /set_home as a reminder. And just to let you know that this is the starting point. So if we were going along here, we come back up here. We're going to want to cut through to the next one right here. So I'm going to break this and place a lily pad. So it goes like this, and then I can go along this row. So I'll leave that block, break, place, leave that block, break, place, leave that one, break, and place. So at the end of the farm, you'll end up down that end. Because the ruler only goes from one plot, I'm just gonna have to do that, and then just let the water flow so we can replace the sugarcane like that. And now since we started that end and we go down to here, I'm gonna break this, place one of them so we can go up that way, leave this one, break it, place, leave this one, break it, place. So basically the same as the other end, just like the opposite way. Okay, so now for the cocoa bean and cactus farms, you're going to need a lot of doors. May sound weird, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave myself a little place so I can get in here. Set home, that's just a reminder. And I'm going to place blocks here. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to break these blocks all the way along, leaving the end one. You can cover that back up. Now I'm going to get me doors, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them like that on this block here. So say we're running down and we get to the end, we go like this and come back along this wall, and it'll stop us from going back into this part of the farm. So on this block here, you can leave the last one. Then I'm going to go to the other end of the farm and literally just cover it up. And that's the cocoa bean farm done, because when you get to the end here, you're just going to move over and come back. Now the cactus farm, which is the last one. And lastly is cactus. So what you want to do is just copy what I've done. So on this block, obviously, /set home to remind you. And on the second block of this row, you're going to place wood. On the first one, wood, second, wood, first. So it just alternates like that. And you're going to have the doors, you're going to place it this way and have the door on this block. And then you're going to have the door on the end of this block, the end of this block, just all the way down to the very end. So you'll set your block here and then run along, and you won't get hit by the cactus, and on your way back it'll stop you here, and then you can just walk forward and go that way. Now for the other side, it's literally just the exact same but the opposite. So on this row at the end, it'll be a flat door like this, and on this row at the other end, it'll be a side door. So let me go and show you at the other end. Just here, flat door, then a side, flat, then side. Literally just the same as the other end but the opposite way. Make sure they're exactly like this on the blocks, otherwise the cactus will hurt you. And that's the farms done. Now let's move on to the pumpkin, melon and mushroom farm. Now we move on to pumpkin, melon and mushroom, which are going to be on this row here, the opposite side to the farms that we've just built on these 5. Now, as you can see, I don't have all 5 unlocked though. I need this one and this one. But I am Ironman, so I've got to wait for compost. I do have enough though now to unlock my first one. I've got 169 waiting there. So I can go ahead and unlock this one. The next one, I need 1 compost bundle though. That's going to take a little while to get. Okay, so there's 1 plot left that I have to buy. And I'm not that much compost off of that. So while we wait for it, I'm just going to start building in this plot. Because when I've unlocked it, then I can just paste it over there. So we're going to start off. It's pumpkins at the bottom, melons at the top that I'm going to go for. I'm going to miss a block here. This is going to be for water. And then this block is where we're going to start making the farm. So we're going to kind of do like an up, down pattern kind of here. I'm going to place a block right there. This is for water. And this is where I'm going to start doing the dirt. So I'm going to place another block actually after it. And place 2 dirt rows like that. And then I'm going to go with 4. Remove these blocks. And this is 1 bit of the farm. And I'm going to do this, leaving 1 space in between. Just like that. And I'm going to do it 9 times. So 1, 2, and then another 7. So it should be like this. So when you're done with that, I'm going to place a block right here. And I'm going to put a dirt layer across like that. This is going to act as another bedrock layer. So we can build this 9 rows again on top of this. So it goes 10 blocks like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove them. Place blocks. You can just remove all them at the end, to be fair. Now that's done, I'm going to remove these. And then I'm going to remove this layer of dirt. So it just has to look exactly like this. And there should be 2 blocks in between. Like that. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do. You don't have to do this, but this is just something I like to do. Place a row of sea lanterns just under this block. It stops when water comes down flowing into these 2 blocks, which is less lag and it's more light. This is a quick little thing that I'm going to put in the video. When I actually do this thing here, when I go up 1, do like the L shape and put 2 rows above it, it's actually 2 rows above that one. So the shape above this bit should kind of look like that instead of just that. I've just realised my mess up. Just as I was about to be done, it needs to be 1 block higher. So if you see the rest of the video and it's 1 block lower, just ignore it and fix me mistake like during the video at a good time. I'm sorry. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is place blocks like that right here. And sort of in like a backwards L shape on all of these. All of the top ones. Put back in my infinite dirt ones and just do this. And then come back and break that backwards L shape so it's 2 blocks high like that. There we go. It should look like that on all of them. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is place the water. So 1 goes here. Like that. And once it's all the way at the very end, get rid of that so it flows down, which is going to disable water again. So you're just going to have to wait a little bit. Once it's back up and running, just place water along these. Actually, you can just place them anyway. And then when you rejoin, it'll all start to flow down and just sit right here. Now here, I'm just going to go up 5 blocks. Place a temporary block there and then more like that. And then I'm just going to place more water. The water will look a bit messy, but the more times you go to like the hub and come back, it'll fix itself. Now that that's done, we can come along here. We're going to hold the ground there, there, and there. On all of these rows and the ones above. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and place pumpkins on the bottom row. And melons on the top row. Now it is time for the mushroom farm. So I'm going to come up to the very corner here and go up 6 blocks. Then I'm going to put a layer of dirt right the way across. And then on the second block, I'm going to go along 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miss a block. Like that. And I'm going to do that 6 times. So just like that. And then I'm going to remove this like that. I'm going to go ahead and remove one more block. Put another row like that across under the last one. And then place slabs right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this again. Move these now. So your farm should kind of look like this. The exact same. Now what you can go ahead and do is split these farms up. So run along here and place red mushrooms along this one too. And this one. Doesn't matter how many you place, it'll all fill. And the same on these 3 with brown. So you've got 3 rows of brown, 3 rows of red. And that's basically done. What I need to do now is save the preset. Left click to modify. Save preset. And I'm going to do farm 2. Melon block. And now I've got to paste this farm on all the rest. And I'll get back to you on what to do at the end of the rows. Okay, now this is probably the most difficult part of it all, and it may get a bit confusing, but try and stick with me. I'm going to do the ends of these. By the way, once you like kind of understand what's going on, you'll be able to do it on your own, but right now I'm going to explain what's going on. So say we start right here and we're going to end up at the other end. Let's say we're almost at the end and we get to here. We don't want to fall off, so what I'm going to do is remove this end one here. So this is just going to be nothing. And this is going to be a barrier. Put 2 blocks like that. Then I'm going to go like this and remove these. Now what I'm going to do is remove this block here. And go right the way across. By the way, it won't affect this because we get rid of the 2 end rows anyway on all the farms. Also just going to block that off there as well. So this should just be like a little, you get to the end and then you can go forwards here. So now there's a bit of water. I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to remove them 3 right there. So I'm going to place 3 and then do that. So when you get to here, all the blocks are going to be like this. And after you place down 3 blocks, you're going to place dirt all the way going down. And this is still going to be the walkway. So now that this end is done, we obviously have to go all the way to the other end. And kind of repeat the same thing. So break these 2 here. Put barrier blocks so you don't fall off. Break these, place, then just fill in the wall, and then again 1, 2, 3, and just bring it all the way down to the bottom like that. And now go ahead, do that, and then I'm gonna go this way, and I'm just gonna do the same on the other side, and it's just gonna go zigzagged all the way along the farm. Make sure to put these carpets so like the pumpkin can't grow this way. In fact, I'd just put carpet all the way along just to make it look a bit nicer. Alright, so the top of the melon bit is not as bad because we've already gotten rid of the water for the pumpkin bit, so this one's quite easy. Get to the end, make ourselves a little barrier and make these blocks go all the way across. Spruce it up with a little bit of lime carpet. And then obviously go along. And I'll show you properly at the other end. Alright, I'm now at this end, and what I'm going to do, get rid of these 2 on the side. Place like a wall barrier thing. And then a walkway. Destroy this end one as well. Spruce it up. and then carry on. Now the last thing we need to do is the mushroom farm. So we start here and we go along this way, so we end up coming back up here. I'm gonna put blocks in the middle of these, and I'm gonna get rid of this lane here and put some slabs down, and then miss one, move that one, slabs, and that's that side done. It should look like this. So we get to this end, we want to be stopped by a block, and we want to be able to move forward, place down slabs, block there, blocks, miss one, do that again, slabs, miss this one, and the last one right here, and slabs. And we are now officially done with the farms. If you made it all the way through, GG, and let me know if it went smoothly for you, because I definitely had a few hiccups here and there trying to do it off memory. Leave a like and subscribe if you did build this, let me know. And always remember to use code CChloe in the Hypixel store if you buy anything, and happy farming.